So we're gonna check up on that freaking thing that I built. That freaking dried kelp block auto farm. Auto dried kelp block farm thingamajig. Last I checked, I think it kinda worked, but I gotta make sure it actually does. Cause we don't wanna be like building a chunky farm. Having not farming our farmables, you know? So we'll check that block up. And expanded it because currently it's only one column and you wanna have like lots of kelp. Cause you want a dried kelp, auto dried kelp farm, of course. Cause one block of dried kelp smells 20 blocks. And with an automatic dried kelp farm, you get an infinite amount of dried kelp blocks. Never need fuel again. So. How do I go upon opening the YouTube chat? Twitch, I'm gonna reload Twitch. Because we're gonna see if our pookies are on Twitch first. And then we're gonna pop up a little YouTube. Little YouTube. Jeez Louise. Neither one of them is loaded. Oh yeah. Guys. I played this game for like 2 minutes earlier today. 2 minutes earlier today. I played in this world showing bro around. That's a whole 2 minutes that isn't documented. Every other time I've ever played in this game, I've been live streaming it. Undocumented game. Do you want to know what happened? Of course you do. I yapped around, showed him around my house, and then looked at that. My freaking auto dried kelp block farm. Okay, so we may be experiencing a problem. It seems that my computer has frozen. So this could be an inconvenience because it's really tough to look at the chat when the chat isn't loaded. But it seems that YouTube has loaded in and Twitch is almost loaded in. So it might not be that impossible of a problem to navigate, to circumvent, to overcome. Wait a minute. There's no freaking dried kelp block in my dried kelp block farm. Because we could use coal like a freaking loser. Or we could fuel our auto dried kelp block farm with dried kelp blocks. Because we can use them to make more of them. Right. How many blocks in a block if a block blocks? Wait a minute. How do I get it to refuel itself? I feel like I've already developed the entire system, but I'm like, it's been a week since I've looked in this world, I think. So we gotta give it another look over. Okay, this is weird. Oh, look at that. Look at that YouTube loading. What's that, Rainbow Gaming? Oh my, I just had an idea. I should plug the YouTube into the Twitch. Plug the Twitch into YouTube, I mean. Can you imagine plugging YouTube into Twitch? Guys, way worse quality on YouTube. Okay, way better quality on it. Twitch. Link in. Where's the link? It's in the bio. Yar. Copying. And bam. Consider it sent. Wow. Look at that. Okay. So, Twitch is... Yo! Person! What's up, Alex? Oh my gosh. Very cool. So, I haven't actually popped up the Twitch chat. Because Twitch is currently being a bit freaky and freezing a bit freezily, but we're currently popping it out, and it should be loaded in hopefully but mere seconds, mere moments, mere minutes, mere hours. It's frozen. No, it's not. It's just taking a while to load. Okie dokie, Zane fellas, that might be a-okay out here. Jeez, my inventory has a lot of inventory. Oh yeah, I looked in my auto sugarcane farm and kind of farmed my auto netherwort farm for those 2 minutes that are not documented in this world. Craziness, dude. A whole 2 minutes, cause bro came over, and I was like, okay, what's up, Frogotron? Do you wanna see what it's like to have a crippling Minecraft addiction? And then I showed him around my world, and it was cool. I'm gonna go sell my netherwort. No, I'm gonna go do things with my automatic kelp farm, cause that's what this is about. That's what our goal is here. I'll put my netherwort in my bottle chest to remind me to make more awkward pots. Because can't be running out of awkward parts. Oh my lord, my hike was freaking awesome, dude. My hike was good. We hiked for like 3 hours. We encountered like turtles and like freaking birds and like freaking forest and woods, and we like climbed trees and stuff. And we found like an empty cigarette pack from 1996 that somebody just left on the ground from 1996, which is a crazy amount of time. It was like 29 years ago. And we went off trail a bunch of times. And he went like, there's the main giant gravel pass, and then there's like the main giant, totally official dirt pass, and then there's like those little windy paths that go off the side of the trail. like the ones with they look like they have like dead pine needles or whatever on them. We went along those. We did like dude, we did so many side quests, and all the side quests were awesome. I gotta tell you guys about them, but I gotta. This video of this live has a theme. The theme is making sure this fella works. Okay. So, how does a dried kelp auto farm work? You have a little stamp here, little kelp resting upon your mud, and a little auto sugarcane farm system, observe that, pow, get bammed off, then it falls through the mud and goes directly into the smelter, where it is smelted by, hopefully, a freaking kelp block, a dried kelp block, and then it goes from there into the auto crafter. Yo, what's up, Jacob? And then the auto crafter spits it out. And this is the part where we gotta make sure it works. Hold on. Oh, frick, dude. Guys, am I cooked? I might be cooked. Wow, look, I can get down there because I made it with a slab. Okay. How mischievous am I? So, this is my crafter. Oh, I get it. It goes... Oh, we're going to need to block up for this one. It goes from the auto crafter. It gets zooted up over here, of course. Straight from here, zooted up by the soul sand. And since you have an infinite redstone loop running, this is going like this. And the honey block is there because slime blocks do not attach to honey blocks. And it doesn't attach to water either, of course. So it's like if this was any other block than honey, then it would clog up the soul sand little knockback elevator, little thingy there, right? I gotta sneeze, but I can't tell if it's a real sneeze, so I'm gonna keep talking until I'm on the verge of sneezing. Which is now. Maybe it's not now. Oh, I just opened Duolingo and my phone was on max volume. I just jumped down my chair. Max volume, Duolingo must be a freaking jump scare, dude. Alright, then it gets zooted over here, because this fella would be active, of course. Like, whole time, make little redstone loop. And the pop goes down into your friendly neighborhood hopper out here, right? And then goes from burp. Here you have... Oh, I get it. I shouldn't have taken that out of my inventory. When I accidentally broke it, that was useful. Okay. So here you have your hopper and a minecart. Hopper and a minecart. I might have to turn the redstone on for this rail. That might be a thing that we should do, dude. Bro, will you make one day own multiplayer server? Dude, honestly, if I get famous or something, we get to 100,000 subs or whatever, then yeah, I'd start a freaking multiplayer server for y'all. Play around a bit like that. Whole ass server, that'd be freaking awesome. SMP. Mike's whimsical SMP, oh my god. So, it goes into here, and this fella's existing. Oh, I get it. So, you have a comparator here is detecting how many items are in your smoker. And when it reaches, I think I set it to you toggle around with the comparator a bit. Basically, the higher level you have it, then the more, what was I saying? The higher level you toggle this toggle this a bit, and the more toggly it is. Think of it like a thingamajig, like a note block, kind of, like how it keeps changing powers. When this is on a higher power, then it only I think that's how it works. When it's on a higher power, then it only dispenses a signal when there's a ton of freaking stuff in here. So I set it so that when there's I think it's, let's test this right now, dude. I think it's when it's at least 9, because 9 is the amount necessary to make a dried kelp block. This is gonna be important. This is gonna be freaking cool. There's a ton in there. 12. Okay. Maybe 14. It might be a bit high. Okay, yeah, it's not powered on yet. 16? Jeez Louise. Is it 19? Is it 20? Wow. Is it more? I mean, dried kelp only smelts 20 blocks, vlog. Bro, is it 30? We might have to fix that. Yeah. When it's easier when there's less people, since the more people is worse for performance. That is true, I agree. I know. I would like not 100 players, but minimum 10 active players. Yeah. Okay, so that was a very high amount required. So maybe we'll toggle this a bit. La 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 la. So we'll check our things. This is like 32. Tone you down a lot. 16. 32. Ba, 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 ba. What are you? Less than 32. 27, 8, 9. Oh, okay, this is 20. It's 28. This is 27. So we'll tell you again. 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 Never mind. I'm doing it unintelligent. Hold on. This is not the way that this works. Oh, I was totally wrong when I earlier explained comparators. It's simply, when it's on this mode, it either gives a signal, like the strength of the signal that it gives depends on the amount of blocks in here, but I'm not sure how to customize that. You can't toggle it like a no block, you can only toggle it on and off, and when it's on, then that's the mode we want because dispensing a signal there. It's comparing something to something. It's looking at comparing the amount of blocks in here. So in that case, this is like how I figured out how to use it. With it on, then it only detects, sends a signal when there's 28. Well, I mean, it would probably send a signal a bit earlier if I put it like here. Oh, I get it. It doesn't send a signal when it's 28. It sends a signal when there's way fewer than 28. But the closer you put the repeater, then the lower amount of blocks are required in the thing it's observing for it to send a signal. Ah! What's up, Cinema? I'm pretty good. How about you, chap? Salut? Oh my gosh, that sounds like French, oh my gosh. Imagine it. Imagine. Man. It's flabbergasting to me when Americans use French in like movies and stuff as some sort of foreign language that you can't understand. Wait, where were we? Dried kelp lasts 20 items according to Wikipedia. That's true. Whereas cold charcoal only smells or cooks 8 items. Like what? What are you making now? Right now, I'm finishing up my little automatic dried kelp block farm. Compare. Haha, exactly. When it's on, it subtracts the signal coming in from the side to the signal coming from the back. Really? Is that interesting? Sorry I don't speak very well English. That's okay, don't worry about it, chap. I don't speak very good English either. So when it's on, when the little torch thing's on, right? It subtracts the signal coming in from the things observing with the 2 torches. That must be the smoker. From the side. Wait. Subtract the signal coming in from the side. This must be the side, maybe? From the signal coming from the back. Whoa, frick. Side and back. We have a side and a back. Here must be a back, there must be a side, maybe? Okay. Women speaks with utmost articulation, eloquence, and sophistication. Yerp, that's me for real, fellas. So I think I'm just gonna move around where the repeater is here, and like that's what I'm doing, because that comparators confuse me. But hopefully, frickin' that's dude. I'm met with a conundrum here. Oh my, how mischievous am I? Here we go. Because here it takes so many blocks to load it up. It's absolutely ridiculous. But on the other hand, when I have it up there, it takes way less. I don't want to do the math, so we're not going to do the math. Because math is scary. So, okay. I have an idea. I want it to be doing a thingy. One is the lowest possible amount that's 9 blocks or higher. So we're gonna put it into this corner slot, which is why I'm out here a bit, and then it's gonna transport our little signal fella. Look at that, it's not a corner anymore at all. Okay, so now we have 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. And now, oh, I can just look at it here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, 14. Yes. That's very good. Why did I have it at 28 before? Because a block of dried kelp smelts 20. True. Because a block of dried kelp smelts 20 items. So if I only add a block of dried kelp when there are 20 items, then you'd get the greatest return on the dried kelp investment possible. Of course. I'm seeing the logic to that now. Okay. Well, I'd like to save a bit more, because 14, that's 6 burning power wasted since it can cook like, freaking 20, right? So, intriguing, fellas. Well, in that case, I can kind of understand why I had it on that value, that requisite of 27, because then you're still leaving 7 in the tank. Of course, the downside here is that it would take a long time to actually pump out a thingy, have this little minecart go around and stuff, and produce a dried kelp blocks, because you're using 1, getting 2, because 20 divided by 9 is 2 and a bit, because 9 for a dried kelp block. So it's only slow if you don't have 10 rows. This is what I was going to say and phrase somehow. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add 10 rows eventually. Actually, on Xbox. Yep, Alex is right. Yeah. Yes, okay. Controller, we were good. Turns out that the old one had died. Whoops. It's okay though. Back with new controller at full enough battery. It was not full battery. But yeah, every time your new controller dies, I just go silent. Dang, that's crazy. That's kind of crazy. Just like no mic anymore. Controller did indeed leave the chat. Womp womp. Okie dokies. So, let's figure this out. Seems to be pretty good. What problem would I have in actual operation besides this guy getting stuck? Which shouldn't be getting stuck. He shouldn't be getting stuck there, mate. Frick. I must admit, this is an issue. Okay, I'm here to solve the issues with it. It's odd that it won't go all the way down, even though, like, I can fit all the way down and it's shorter than me. But don't be questioning bugrock, just frickin' figure out how to solve it. Okie dokies then. Is it both ways or just that way? It's just when it goes down here. When it goes up there, it's fine. It's just when it goes down here. That is... Oh, wait a minute. Is it because... For some reason it's considering this uphill friction, even though it's obviously not? If that's a simple enough glitch, simple enough error in this bedrock programming here, then quite simply, I should be able to fix it by adding one more redstone rail. Oh my, it seems I'm out of redstone rails. Well, off to go acquire some gold. Then I have some gold already, so this should be like not taking a whole lot of time to craft some fellas up. Alrighty, hello. 8 gold left. That is a low amount of gold to have left. Okay. We might be making like a gold acquiring video at some point. Well then, there are my powered rails. Very cool. Very cool. Also your mic. Oh my mic's making strange effects. Okay, let's. I think I did have to plug it in properly. I may have plugged it in improperly. Okay, tell me if it's like tweaking out again, because I hope there's not a problem with the control. If I was just like kind of slipped in there without really paying a whole lot of attention to it, then I may have just plugged it in improperly. And perplexing development. Now, here's my theory, yes? That even if I destroy that, it may quite simply just not go through. Okay. How does one test this? Here. And really... Wait, what's this? That's an odd visual animation error, but it's only visual, so it's really no problem. See, if it can go through here, then it can go through here, because they are the exact same elevation. Yes? Interesting game. Oh, it sounds fixed. Okay, that's good. That's good. Well. Okay. Here's an idea. The redstone should go through the block, yes? Doubtful considering it's going through in order to power something. Possible nonetheless. It's not quite doing it. How about... Oh, wow. Well, that looks quite promising, I must admit. Not sure that's normal, but we're just... Maybe. I don't even know how friggin' redstone works. If it works, right? Okay. So, pop you over there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, dude. Very nice. What's up, SP Dangerman's Awesome Adventures? Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. It's beautiful. Okay. So, how do I turn off? Yes, problem I could encounter. See, in actuality, what would happen is this would go along, deliver a dried kelp block into there, and the dried kelp block would immediately start smelting kelp. And after a few seconds, after like, let's see, it gets filtered out immediately upon being smelted. So after like 2 things of kelp were smelted, then this minecart would stop going around. And if it kept going around and had more dried kelp blocks, it would simply input more dried kelp blocks there, which is not necessarily a horrible thing to happen. You know? You know? Don't need the greatest return on investment for burning power, considering it's an automatic farm, so we're gaining. That's what we want to do, you know? Right. So good to know that fella works. So actually what I'm gonna do is take out all this. Look at this. 28 looks absolutely diabolical. But a dried kelp block comes over and it burns, it cooks, smells 20 kelp into dried kelp, which is, think about this, 2 dried kelp blocks and an extra 2 dried kelp per every dried kelp block it takes to cook them, to smelt them. So if you left it on for long enough, you would quite frankly end up with a... Let's think with this. There's a lot of freaking stuff in here. But if it perpetually increases, it's just like, if your kelp is being delivered into here, falling through there, faster than it can be smelted somehow, cooked somehow, just because of the sheer volume of rows you have, then you would eventually end up with an exponentially increasing minecart with a hopper. But it is 5 whole stacks. But I guess if you AFK for a really, really long time, it could eventually get full. Like 5 whole stacks. Then if it's stacked up, and it flies over here to put more dried kelp in there, Wait a minute, let's think about this. So it hits 28, but there are 64 dried kelp blocks in there. And new controller. Yeah, having the game. Dang, someone else must have been using it for a while. Okay. How's my mic doing out? Blocks. And so if you have like 27, 9, 18, 27, wow, crazy. 27 kelp loaded up in here, so it's a total of 28. So you have one dried kelp block, which you wouldn't actually, but it's a theoretical scenario to prove how this would work in long term. You have that stuff in there. It sends out your chunky full hopper, but your hopper, let's say, has instead of one dried kelp block has been on for a while, so it has 10 dried kelp blocks in it. Hopper goes along. Minecart hopper goes along here. Bam, slams a dried kelp block into the freaking thingamajig. It's this barrel. Man, I love minecart hoppers because they can just slide over the barrel and throw it in. Okay, it seems okay. We're good. Nice. Slams a dried kelp block. Goes into here, increasing your volume by 1. Okay, now I have 29 things in it total. 29 items, including the dried kelp block. So then it goes back over here. Bam, it slides out again. Then again it goes back over here, increasing your volume by 1, so you have... Give me a second. It's 29? I think. What did we start with? Frick, we started with whole 28. We just loaded up to 29. Now we're going up to 30. I don't know if my mouse tracked, I kind of forgot, but just pretty works. So you loaded here up to 30. 30 total blocks, so it goes back here again, and it hits there, and because you're still above 28, the dried kelp block would simply keep going back and keep putting more dried kelp blocks in there. Until eventually, you end up with a constant, like a full stack of dried kelp blocks in your smoker, an infinite full stack, so it's constantly putting more in there as soon as one is used up. Which is like pretty crazy. Though it takes a while for one to get used up because they're cooking like a whole 20 kelp per dried kelp block. That would be a scenario where you could end up eventually... No. You could never end up losing kelp from this farm. Even if you have maximum amount of dried kelp blocks in there, then it would simply be that every time 20 items is smelted in your smoker, then another dried kelp block would be added. And if it's a decently sized farm, the time it takes 20 items to smelt in a smoker, then hopefully, you should have gotten at least another 9 kelp. Oh my god, bro. It doesn't have to be 9 oh, it can be... Let's have it, we're rounding down, we don't have to round out here. 9 kelp. So say you've gotten at least another 9 kelp in that time it took to smelt 20 items. What am I saying here? No, that train of thought leads nowhere. We're ending that one. Kelp is the social construct. That's so real. Yeah. So I think that one because it was poorly phrased and developed. So instead, a full thing of dried kelp blocks in there and no kelp. And every once in a while, 1 kelp comes along, and you get to the point where it's like for every 2 or 3 kelp, you're using up an entire dried kelp block. Oh no! Wouldn't you start to be losing kelp? But here is the thing. Here's where we're ending at the start here. I haven't quite thought it out, but I think I can get there. Ooh, hold on. this would only start happening if you have a kelp overflow. Theoretically. That's my theory. Like, yeah. That would... Okie dokie. So, yeah. Because it should only happen... SPD, do you remember me? Yes! Do you remember the SPD? I almost said SDP. So, that should only get crazy once you're getting more kelp than can be smelted. If you're getting kelp that quickly, then it's like... Good. Wait, what? If you get 28 haul... Wait a minute. This may be slightly dysfunctional. Hold on. So... Let's think here. If I'm getting like, it doesn't have to be a ton of kelp. Maybe it doesn't have to be overflowing. Okay, that's the problem we can solve. If you're only getting a bit of kelp into there, right? But it's enough, like a build up is getting to like 28, 27, 28. It's getting to like, yeah, 27 or so. Shoots your dried kelp block around, so you have 28 blocks in this scenario, including 27 kelp and 1 dried kelp block in the smoker. Hit 28, sends out the signal, sends your hopper minecart around, and it throws another dried kelp in there. Now you have 29 dried kelp block, I mean. Then it pops back, and if it pops back faster, if it A, pops back faster, then you can smelt the whole kelp. Like, pop back, like, going around to track there. Or B, you just get another kelp in there at that time, which is both are very likely, I think. Not testing the first one, so we're going to assume the second one is true. Then what would happen is you just keep getting more and more dried kelp blocks into your smoker as the loop doesn't get shut off. So I believe. Unless, of course, the comparator is only considering... No, it is considering the bottom slot most definitely. Okay. So... can't have it, because if you get more dried kelp in there at a slow rate of kelp blocks, then you end up like every once in a while you get 1 kelp, say every 20 seconds or so you got 1 kelp, then bam, a dried kelp block gets used up. And then that's kind of like, let's say it takes 10-15 seconds to use up the whole 20 items potential as a dried kelp block. In that case, then suddenly you've used 1 dried kelp block for 1 kelp, which isn't a very good thing. Okay. Can test some stuff out. See how quickly the smoker smokes the dried kelp block. Let's see how quickly the dried kelp block gets used up. Interesting. Look at it, it's getting taken away, so useful. Oh, frick! It's actually taking a while. Interesting. Okay. So, do some research there. How long does... because it's being faster, it's being sped up because it's in a smoker. How long does it take 1 dried kelp block to be used up in a smoker? Because it's taking a minute here. I mean, like 3 seconds. That is AI overview, so it was wrong. So we're just going to directly to Minecraft fandom. Obviously, I assume AI overviews are wrong. They tend to be wrong a lot of the time. They usually summarize Reddit posts and YouTube videos. Okay, dried kelp block. Oh, it didn't send me to the part I wanted. It sent me to like the correct page, but not like the correct sentence. Oh, nope. Okay, we scrolled up while I'm scrolling down. Come on. Used as fuel in furnaces, blast furnaces, and smokers. Its burning time is 200 seconds and is able to smelt 20 items. 2.5 times the duration 2.5 times the duration of coal and charcoal, objectively speaking, or is that in taking account the burning capability? Because if it is objectively speaking, it's still pretty good anyways. But if it's like 8, 2.5 times 8 fits in perfectly. Wow. So the burning time is the direct ratio between that and the amount it can smell. That's interesting. That does not like help me interesting though. That's like just interesting. Okay. The fuel with the highest number of operations per fuel below 64 items. The highest number of items that can be smelted without any refills or hoppers and without loss of fuel is 60 items. Oh, tree-dried kelp loss. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Huh. Okay. How do you survive using controller? I'm just like used to it, dude. Using controller again today, and I got spam killed by Poacher 20 times. That's crazy. Couldn't run away, the movement was too slow. Ah, no, dude, that's insane. I'm so used to using controller. I couldn't survive on a keyboard, honestly. So interesting. But when a smoker cooks it faster, it would use that faster, yeah. So burning time is 200 seconds. That must be speaking from the standpoint of a standard furnace. Probably not the smoker that I'm looking for. Yo, what's up, Daiquiri Games? Guys, if you also hear the C418 music, if you are on Twitch right now, that's true. That's true, dude. Pop over to Twitch, guys. So, Because I interest the overview, because that's not the correct answer to my question. Okay. They burn for 200 seconds and smelt 20 items in that time, much longer than coal or charcoal. That's used for fueling furnaces. That's what Minecraft.net says. Furnaces, blast furnaces, and smoker. Oh, frick, okay. They burn for 200 seconds. Guys, we might have to do a timer. It's called Living Mice by C14. Nice, dude, very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna actually use a timer to figure out how long it takes a dried kelp block to burn. Fully timer. Because if it is 200 seconds, then that's the number that we can use. If it is lower than 200 seconds, considering this is a smoker, then that's, like, that makes sense. Oh, I meant stopwatch, didn't I? Okay. I think the second started, but I assume that it won't, like, randomly stop. As long as it doesn't, like, randomly stop time, we're good. You know? So, kelp, oops. I just added a second or two, whatever. Okay. So, now we just kind of wait until that flame dwindles out, because it's either, the 200 seconds time is either for smokers and blast furnaces, or for furnaces, because smokers and blast furnaces they smelt items faster than furnaces. Therefore, it would make sense to me that the fuel would be used up faster. Okay, currently we're at 30 seconds, and it's looking like it's almost halfway done, so I'm freaking glad I'm timing this, because this is not going to last 200 seconds. Are you actually timing this? I am actually timing this. Open a new tab to time it. 36, 37, 38. Yeah, it's pretty fire. I feel like I'm kind of like wasting the fuel, but I have a bit of fuel to waste, considering. Got a little bit of margin of error out here we could figure out. Since we are making a decent auto kelp farm, should be worth the investment. Really? Okay, we just hit 60 seconds. 1 minute, fellas. What would 200 seconds be? That's 3 minutes and 20 seconds. What is half of 3 minutes and 20 seconds? 1 minute and 40 seconds. I think that this will last approximately 1 minute and 40 seconds. Due to what I'm estimating is the 2 times speed boost of the smoker. That is simply an approximation, though. I'm going to test it by putting a singing there and making sure that the arrow is always going on. Oh, oh. No way. On the nose, dude. On the freaking nose. 139 seconds, considering stopped it like I started a second early. Dang. 2006 is 1 minute 40. Good to know. Okay. So that burns for approximately 1 minute and 40 seconds. I assume that dried kelp growth is the same rate as sugarcane. So you might have to make a really chunky farm for it to really work, is the thing. Yeah, approximately, Minecraft doesn't just randomly decide not to follow its system. That's true. Sometimes, yeah. And unless my Xbox likes too hard, that does happen sometimes, honestly. Okay, so now the question is, how long would it take a kelp to grow? Right? How long does it take one? Okay, nope. Try again. How long does it take kelp to grow in Minecraft? I feel like I don't have to add the in Minecraft at this point since my Google just knows me so well. Okay, random ticks. Freaking random ticks. Need to be okay. What's the AI review source from? Minecraft Wiki! Really? Okay, fine. That's the case. Kelp was not the time was 14% chance for each block each tick. Maximum height of 26 blocks. Yeah, this helps to make sense. At default random tick speed, kelp plant will grow to its maximum height and average around 9,752 game ticks, or about 8.1 minutes. Does that track? Like what Alex gave me zoom out there. Does that make sense? Let's see. 9,752 ticks on average. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, you gave me like the exact right amount. That's crazy. 48. Whoa. Dang. That's cool. Whoa. Okay. That's freaking awesome, dude. So that means I'm gonna round up to 500 seconds. Cause that should be let's see, hold on. Oh shoot. 5 minutes, yeah, okay, I'm right, phew. And okay, so it grows once every 5 minutes. You get one kelp every 5 minutes. And your dried kelp block lasts 1 minute and 40 seconds. Then how many rows of kelp do you need? Well, 2 rows, you're getting 2 every 5 minutes. How many do you want every 5 minutes, though? 1 minute 40. Frick. 3 minutes 20. Time is weird. You want at least 4, I think, because 6 minutes 40. 5 minutes. Lots of overkill, which is good. Gotta overshoot instead of undershooting. So then you want at least 4 rows. Oh, that's fine. With 4 rows, it's operational. Is it though? Not quite. Okay, let's say 4 rows, right? You're getting 4 once every 5 minutes. Okay? So you need, okay, so you need 9 of them, so you get like, you need like 18 plants, or 15 since multiple grow. That's true. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Is that true? Like 9 rows? Yeah, let's see. I'm getting 18 rows worth of plants. What's the kelp fellows, right? 18 per minute would be, not per minute. 18 per every 5 minutes. Oh, the random ticks thing is gonna mess us up though, because it takes, like, it's random. Frick. Random, randomly dropping in can randomly burn up a fellow. Okay. No. Just figure it out. It lasts how long? 1 minute 40 seconds. How many do we want in 1 minute 40 seconds in that case? At least 10. Therefore, how many rows do we need? 1 is 1 every 5 minutes. 2 is 2 every 5 minutes. Then 4 is 4 every 5 minutes, of course. 5 is 5. Wait, 4 is 1. Well, 4 is 4 every 5 minutes, okay? That means, on average, 2 every 2.5 minutes. Or 1 every 1 minute and 40 seconds. No. Oops. I messed up. 1 minute and 30 seconds, hold on. 4 every 5 minutes. Yeah, 1 every 1 minute and 15 seconds or something. Time is weird, frick. But, yeah. 1 every 1 minute and 15 seconds isn't doing it for me, so 5 minutes. Oh, I just need to go higher. So 5 kelp every 5 minutes is 1 kelp per minute. Double it. 10 kelp every 5 minutes is 2 kelp per minute. Okay? Dang. Gotta go, be right back. Okay, if you're not permanently leaving, we're good then. Bye bye. See you when you get back. But yeah, okay. So let's see here. Oh shit, it's so freaky. So if you're getting 10 kelp, 10 rows of kelp to every 5 minutes is 10 kelp in 5 minutes, which is getting you on average 2 kelp per minute. If you're getting on average 2 kelp per minute, it's 10 rows, then you're getting these 2 kelp per minute. That means you're getting, I don't know which way around here, frick. Getting 2 kelp per minute in 140 seconds. 2 kelp every 2 minutes. Oh, frick, dude. Okay, it takes 140 or 1 minute and 40 seconds for a dried kelp block to be used up. Yes. I'm getting 2 kelp per minute, okay? So then you have remaining 40 seconds where the kelp block is still on. Okay, cool. We might, yeah. 10 rows for 5 minutes. 2 kelp per minute then. 2 kelp per minute. That means in a minute 40. Oh, I know where to round out. In a minute 40, you'd be getting about 3 kelps worth then. Yes, rounded successfully. Yes, okay. That makes sense, dude. 3 kelps worth. Because you want to round down. Because you want to pretend you're getting fewer kelp per fuel, right? So 3 kelp per minute 40 in that case. This is decimals. It's getting freaky. Fractions, rounding, random tick speed. It's freaky, but you know, it kind of stands, I hope. 3 kelp per 1.5 minutes. Okay, that's just 10 rows. So what if we really run around like crazy here. So 10 rows, frick, dude. 3 kelp once every, frick, could I make 40 rows would do 12 kelp once every freaking thingamajig. 12 kelp once every what? Every minute and 30 seconds. Or minute and 40 seconds. Which means you get a remainder of 3 whole dried kelp that are not being used up in the fueling process. Does that track? You set one off, boom, dried kelp block's lit. Lasts for a minute and 40 seconds. If in that minute and 40 seconds, on average 12 kelp fall into it, then that means that it's like you've cooked up enough for 1 more dried kelp block. Okay. Whoa, this is gonna be a freaking big farm, dude. Big farm, man. So it's gonna be 40 rows. I mean, I'm sure I could downscale it, but like, to be real here, we want a lot of freaking fuel, you know what I mean? So 40 rows, oh my god, bro, it's gonna be unfathomable. This is gonna be like, it's gonna be freaking crazy. This room is gonna be pretty freaking insane, dude. Pretty freaking insane. What if I could blow up the walls with TNT to extend the further? Ender crystals? No, I don't have either of those in enough amount. Also, I don't really know how to use either effectively. Okay. Does it work, though? Would it work? I think so. The minecart hopper system works. The observation system works, I think. If it's like, if we're still... Like, are we filling up here this whole time? Oh, yeah, we're filling up. We're good, we're good. So... Moving mass, baby. Moving mass. Okay. So we're moving in frickin' mass. 40 rows. Produces 40 kelp for 5 minutes. Dude, I actually have to do the math now. 40 kelp for 5 minutes. 40 divided by 5 is like, oh frick, 5, 10. It's like 8 kelp per minute. Of course, which does give you 12 kelp per minute and a half on average, bro. Random ticks are brutal. But if you're constantly flaming a dried kelp block, and you're constantly, let's pretend you're getting kelp put in there at a pretty standardized rate, then you should end up with, like, we're rounding in both places, so it should really work out. With a 10-second margin of error, of course, so that means actually a slightly more kelp would fall in there than 12. Then you'd be making enough fuel, like smelting enough kelp, using the dried kelp block to put more kelp in there, enough that you're gaining. You'd be making like 3 dried kelp on the block. Which isn't bad. It's not great either though. So, alt pitch, alternate idea. What if instead of having 40 rows and megafying the entire process, I downscale the frick out of it and minimize it. We put, I'm starting with the comparator, change it to an output so that it only starts flaming and putting in dried kelp blocks. Once we reach, let's say, we'll start with once we reach a stack total of dried kelp. Would that work? Flame it once, flame it twice, flame it thrice. More, put in more blocks, keeps increasing exponentially. Item capacity grows. Okay. So 1 stack, just kelp wouldn't work. Let's think. What if you have a total of 2 stacks? Total 2 stacks, right? So that you're starting with one stack on the bottom. 1 stack of, oh frick. If you're macro loading in, okay, hold on. So let's see. Let's say you've gotten a whole 64 kelp into your smoker, right? Red kelp farms like pumping them way out there, pistons pumping and stuff. Then what do you do now? Kind of the question. If you set it so that it goes off when there's 2 stacks in it, then of course from the start you need to have a stack of freaking something in the bottom, some sort of fuel in the bottom to start setting it off. Fuel would probably be wasted as this thing, so it would go down instead of your kelp blocks going up, which would be the opposite of our other problem. Interesting. Okay. How do we fully hook this fella up? Well, let's see here. If we still have it set so that our original problem was it's taking too long to smelt the kelp, so the hopper minecart pops over again, adding more dried kelps blocks, which ensures that the hopper minecart stays active due to the computer detecting the amount of total items within the smoker. How do we fix this problem? Okay, so you have your freaking thingamajig, freaking hopper minecart and stuff. Oh, I'm like thinking out loud this whole time. Hold on. So let's say you have the 28 normal amount to set off the redstone signal to send the hover minecart chugging its way down its railroad track. Then exactly are you freaking around with? Problem is that the minecart after this is visual here. Problem with the minecart after heading back into here heads out again. How do you solve this problem? It's like it'd be ideal if we got like a burst of redstone signal and then it goes off for a little while. How would you set that up? It's a thing. My first thought would be repeater. Then it would take a while to get to it. That would also mean I wouldn't have earlier cutoffs. That'd be a later cutoff then. Intriguing, isn't it? Well, how exactly would this fella? If only I could have it output a redstone signal briefly and have it fall back here and wait for a while until the signal's still on. Oh my gosh, bro. Bro. Of course. Okay, so you have no dried kelp blocks. You have 28 kelp in there. Your hopper minecart, upon seeing this, gets set off because it's a 28 block. 28 items in there. It goes along, drops off one dried kelp block. What happens the second the dried kelp block falls into the smoker? Starts frying up. Starts frying up, dude. Not only... Oh, yeah, only. Whatever. Still pretty good. So what happens there is that our freaking... Dude, is this like... Genuinely, I'm kind of concerned for like this small... Like, this thing is taking a while to actually, like, you're good. Oh, freak. I messed up. But our thing there, the dried kelp block gets used up immediately. Which means, what you might be asking, how does this solve the problem? If it's used up immediately, then you don't have 28 items anymore, you have 27. And if you only have 27 items in there, what's not active anymore? That fella. Right there. Freaking minecart, dude. Like, holy frick. Oh, man. Jesus, good thing I looked. I forgot to put the kelp in. Sure, I had... Why is there no water in there? Why'd I take the water out, bro? Jeez, I really didn't want to accidentally grow kelp in there. That's freaky as frick, dude. Oh, right, I was trying out water pooling technique. Well, maybe that's like a next time thing, you know? But dang, this is still like... pretty... Oh, look at that. It just did the thing, because it noticed the block change. But okay! Yo, what's up, Jasper? This might be This might be the breakthrough here. You know, fellas. This might be the thing. That's probably not good. Bro, okay, this sounds really dumb. Where's the water coming from? Did I waterlog the... I waterlogged the piston. Whoops. Don't do that, fellas. Whoops daisy. Oh, look at that. I can read that. That's so cool. Okay. So then when you go down to 27, what happens exactly? Redstone broke. I'll just reline it. When you go down to 27 and your minecart goes back to its original place. Oh, railroads broke too. That's going to be a problem. Then, what happens is the minecart doesn't set out again. Because you've gone down to 27. And if you've gone down there and the minecart doesn't set out again until it receives a signal, so you've gone back up to 28, what happens? Your kelp keeps cooking down. And if your kelp keeps cooking down, then that means that one dried kelp block is smelting 20 kelp. You're getting the maximum return on your investment using the dried kelp block's burning power. You are wasting no kelp, and you don't need to build a massive farm. You don't need to set up any freaky system there, because it's automatically gone down. Shocker. If at that, as it's like exactly while the minecart's on the way back there, right after the kelp block's been used up, in that small period of time, if somehow another kelp falls in there and it brings it up to 28 again, then what would happen? Oh, that's a scary idea, isn't it? Well, let's see. That was just a normal. Oh, okay, cool. If that happened, then frick, you'd have back up to 28, and then it would take a while for the actual freaking new kelp to be smelted. That could be a problem, because when there's 28 in there, the minecart comes back. If the minecart's on its way back, another kelp falls in there, bam, we're up to 28 again. Signal still active, goes on again, drops another kelp block, dried kelp block. You end up with the overspilling dried kelp block problem, of course. How does the kelp block... Ooh, cool question. So I have a basic auto sugarcane farm thing over here, observer piston, that jazz. It follows up through the mud system, through the mud, and then it gets picked up by the hoppers, thrown into the smoker, which then funnels into the autocrafter, shoots it up through a little soul sand thingamajig, pops it back over there with the constant piston pumping there, falls into the hopper system, falls into the hopper minecart, zooms through there, gets delivered in through the barrel. Wait, what does... Right, it's been turned into a, it's been smelted by the smoker, cooked by the smoker, turned into a dried kelp block by the autocrafter. Once it goes back there, falls back into the freaking hover minecart here, then whoop. You'd think it would float, wouldn't you? But it's like, sometimes, it might just be on bugrock, but sometimes it tweaks out, and like, well, it kind of like, it floats, but it doesn't pop off with this thing. Like, it doesn't go flying, it just kind of sits into water, and sometimes the piston doesn't quite catch it, just kind of ends up pushing it underneath the pumping piston. But yeah, okay. This is very cool. So, our new problem becomes, if a new kelp falls in while your copper minecart's popping back over here, so it's still active here, sends out again, dried kelp, block overspilling problem, how do you fix this? Well, I have an idea. If the issue here is that it's just one more block in there, then what if you delays the time where there's a lack of redstone signals there a little bit longer. How would you do that, you might be asking? Max out the frickin' repeater. You know? Cause then if you... Alright? Bugrock is so freaky, dude. I've actually had to, like, change this build design considerably, considering bugrock has, like, numerous glitches. Especially if it's a hover mic for some reason. But yeah. So if that's the case, because first you wait a second for this thing to pop off. Bam. Fellow shoots over here. drops off a block, dried kelp block into your 28 kelp, immediately gets used up. So, wait a minute. It might be cooked. I might not cooked here. If you have 28 kelp here, and you put a dried kelp block in, that puts it up to 29. Then instantly get used up. It's 28. It's 28 still. Frick, I might be cooked. Hold on. If it's 28 kelp still, then when this gets back to here, it's gonna be 28 kelp still. Which means it popped off dried kelp block overflowing from. So what do you need to do? You need to delay it somehow so that between the amount of time it takes for your dried kelp block to right here, dropping off this dried kelp block and throwing it in there, and for your for your hover minecart to be dropping that off, and for your hover minecart to be back over here, one entire item gets smelted. What is this build even doing to? It should be a automatic dried kelp block farm, which provides you with, because it puts the dried kelp block back into there, fueling it, and throws the other, like the excess, just into this barrel. Then you should automatically be like auto farming dried kelp blocks more and more. Infinite fuel source, really good fuel source too, because dried kelp block smelts 20 items as opposed to core charcoal just smelting 8. But okay. But if it takes a while to deliver the signal, and it finally does it, and it drops it off, then oh yeah, I do have a lava farm instead. But I'm like because I'm really lazy, right? And lava bucket's taking up a whole inventory, so I'm like, oh my god, it does do 100, yeah. 100 blocks from a bucket of lava, I think. This is like a tricky build, dude. Let's see. 28, 29 with dried kelp block to 28. Wouldn't flow all the way over here. And there'd still be a dried kelp block, so just like do it again. Okay. The only kind of saving grace I can think of here, potential thing that could save us, would be if. Okay, I'm gonna show you actually. Maybe I shouldn't be using the dried kelp block for this. Nah, it's chill. I have some more dried kelp. Nope, we're gonna use coal for this one, for this test here, fellas, because it's not necessary to be a dried kelp block, because we're not really testing the time or blasting power. Yep. Okay. I don't know how to split ends between two places in Java, let alone bugrock. Oh yeah, I had to, since the comparator doesn't actually work, the comparator split does not work in bugrock, so I had to do like a freaky thing. So it's like goes into here, and then honestly, the items end up in the hopper minecart. The dried kelp does. But then once it overspills, there's so much in it that it can't hold it anymore. Then excess just goes into this barrel there. I have no idea how to item split. I have no idea how to item split either. But yeah, okay. So here we go. I need like 28 of something. 28 of something that I can smelt. This could be a tough one. Maybe I shouldn't have caught all those dried kelp blocks, because usually you just wait until 28 kelp blows up. But I need something that I can actually, like, something that I cannot use as fuel, but actually, like, cook, like, burn, you know? Usually play with create mod, so, redstone, that's understandable, dude. That sounds a cool mod, man. What's up, green beans? So I need like 28 something that can be smelted. Tall order in it. Tall order in it. Okay, got an idea. I'll just farm some potatoes. This shouldn't take very long. Right, fellas? Just like, I don't think I could do it right here. Freaking, you know. Yeah, yeah. We just need something we can smelt fast. So it's like here, taters. I think you guys can see where this is going. This is where I'm just gonna like bone meal the frick out of this and get 28 potatoes or so. Bones. Bone meal. Yeah, cool. Cool. Because then with 28, I can fully like test out this thingamajig and see how the dried kelp block mechanism really works. Because what we want to happen basically is have it not deliver a second dried kelp block after it's delivered one upon detecting that there are 28 items total within the smoker, you know? You can't get first. Maybe you can if you do a lot of chats. I don't know who first one is. Oh yeah, first one's Shake. That's crazy. And you just chat. Yeah, don't say them. Do I have logs? Oh, that's a fuel though. Yeah. You can get third, second. Whoa, no, you're second. Oh my gosh, guys, you should fight for second in the leaderboard. Wow. Oh my gosh, I got 44 potatoes. That's so many more potatoes I need. That's fire, dude. Okay, so. So. 28, 27 potatoes. 28 potatoes, 27. 28 potatoes. That's what I need to put in here for it to activate. Then we'll send the coal along. So hopefully this fella smelts an entire potato. I made a couple errors here. So the first one is that I didn't put a dried kelp block in the freaking thingamajig inside the freaking hopper minecart. And the second one is that missing rail there. Oh, that's true, but that's when you smelt. Wait, can you actually? Oh, I don't have like a ton of logs though. But is that true? Man, it's like you only use them as fuel to make. Oh, you're right! Because you smelt the logs, using the logs to make charcoal. Oh! So they're both a fuel source and a smeltable thing. Whoa, that's clever. Nice. Yeah, okay. So, here, so we'll show 28 taters. What if a little hopper minecart right there? Yeah. So, this fella. I think we're all set up out here. Plop a little. Oh, I didn't need a dry kelp block. I guess I only made one stick there. That's cool. Okay, but so we'll make it realistic, guys. It's like, whoa, 27 already. Then whoa, 28 lands. Goes through there. Does it smells it? Huh? What's up here? Where? There's a coal in this fella, right? Of course there's a coal. There'd have to be a coal. Okay, let's put you here. Huh? Am I tweaking? I hate that Bedrock doesn't get snapshots because I had a really funny thing I did in the April Fool's update this year. Oh my gosh. What? Oh, I wanted to play an April Fool's update so badly, but I keep missing them. I wish you could play individual snapshots. Did you watch my vids of Craftmine 2025? I don't think I did. Sorry, chap. How is this not? Interesting. Interesting. Oh, this year. This sounds so cool, man. Oh, I hope there's like, I want to like lock in, see the April Fool's update for 2026. This is freaking. Okay. What do we do in this scenario? Well, do hoppers still work? They should, yes. Swear this worked last time I didn't. Basically made mines, got loot, got XP and mine features for beings of mine was. Oh, dude. Oh, craft mine sounds so cool. Um, maybe it's because it's a barrel. I'll try it with a chest. This is really. I thought that's how. No, that doesn't work with the chest. Isn't that how that's the. Okay. Well. Why is there so many harbor stamps in that? Well, let's see here. If. Okay. Let's think this one. Okay, I'll just have it run over. Just have it run over the freaking hoppers themselves if I gotta. Maybe that's why all these hoppers are here to show me that. It has been a while since I played in Alaska in real. Where are my? I feel like I can just make normal railroads. They're just iron and sticks, right? I don't have the sticks. That's crazy, dude. Oh, it's a bot. But yeah. Dang, that sounds so cool. Got all the smelting XP upgrades and smelted loads of wood to make charcoal. Oh, that's so cool, dude. XP for upgrades is so. Oh, April Fools. Oh my gosh, Minecraft is. Gotta play the April Fools update when it comes out, 2026. There, it's right there. So, I just. It's gonna be very strange. Okay, I can see why that happens, honestly. Because you don't have a, suitable inclinage. Okay. Then you need to be redstone activated, yeah? So, it's gonna be a little bit of a freaky sync to redstone. Activate. I'm missing the cobble now. Holy frick. Okay. Redstone activate out here. Bedrock doesn't have access. Oh, is that why I've never played one? Is it because it's only Java that has update? Oh my gosh, that makes sense. I thought it was just been missing every April Fool's update, honestly, dude. That makes more sense, though. Okay, cool. So, I mean, if we really want it to take a really long time, there's no other way than I'll simply make a really long railway. But I feel like I've kind of figured out how to make this build. Because this, our only thing is we want the journey back to the minecart hopper docking station. We want that to take as long as it takes to smelt one item, maybe a bit more than one item. Just, yeah, to smelt one item, one kelp, so it doesn't launch again. And that's simple enough. Honestly, I could just do it by really extending the mine track. That feels like, I feel like a solution, dude. Oh, snapshots. That makes sense, dude. Oh, I wish that brings us back to I wish we got freaking snapshots on Bedrock. Okay. Feel like this is like tracks. So yeah. I guess a final hope and dream. It should go from the hopper minecart to the hoppers. If that works, then we're kinda golden, honestly. Okay, chugging along, chugging along, chugging along. Oh, I get it. I just didn't put the coal in. That's what I think. So, frick, dude. This freaking fella keeps, like, escaping me. Okay. We gotta start with it off, because otherwise it'll immediately pop out. Baby zombie noises. So, two coal in it, just to be sure. Then we throw in a 28th item. Come on. Come on. Minecart with a hopper got it. Was it trying for the ladder? Oh, frick, can I not? Wait, can I not put coal in the smoker? Is that not the thing that happens? Plus more per minute indeed, almost now. How many ticks does it take to melt the coat? Oh, Alex knows that one, like 9,000. How to complete a side mission. Who's Alex? No, Arrow. I do not know Arrow, actually. Off to Steve, that's so true. He is very trustworthy. Yeah, I got a couple mods up in here. But yeah, This is... Must say this is very strange. Is it just trying to... What? Doesn't make any sense. Oh. Well, let's test this then. Person here. Can I, like, not opposite day? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? That is interesting. I don't think that that's an intentional feature. I think that that's a glitch. I'm fairly certain that you can actually put... You can hopper fuel sources into furnace. I think that's just another bugrock glitch. So, ignoring that, assuming bugrock fixes it soon, then this contraption works. Had to overcome a lot of glitches, but I don't know if we can overcome that one, unfortunately. I could, with an auto crafter and a hopper, fix that up. If bugrock doesn't fix it, so I feel like that's a pretty fixed up thing, you know, dude. But yeah, Botfire Twitch for real, dude. Gotta feed the fuel and truth. Oh my lord, is that the only way to do it? To feed in the fuel from the side? Oh, is that true? Through the side of, oh my god, bro, of course. Of course, I get it. Gotta feed it in, which is why there's a hopper there. Okay, never mind. But, solid idea though. I think this should work. I can overcome it with just a simple auto crafter. Hopper setup. Hopper into the top, only inputs into the top slot. Hoppers into the side, input into the bottom slot. That sounds very true. So I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna hope that Bedrock updates a bit. But yeah, thanks for watching. I feel like I fixed that, you know? I feel like we've kind of made sure that farm works. Made sure the freaking auto dried kelp block farm works, I think. Like, that's a very fixable thing. So thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the live. Hope to see you in the next